Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Violet Evergarden episode 4. So last episode, Violet went to the school to become a one of the dolls. Um, it's basically the best school you can go to for this career. Um, they basically, I guess, train you to be the best. I guess they figured if they sent her there, she would be able to. The teacher would be able to get her to pick up on how, people's feelings when they're actually talking about what they want written down or typed out on their letter. Um, it's not exactly something you could teach. That's just something that you basically have to experience and learn on your own. Um, she was basically spending most of her time with one other student there. I cannot remember her name. Very nice girl. Um, Basically, just taking care of her brother, who was a soldier and got discharged because he lost his leg. Um, Basically, couldn't fight anymore. Plus, their parents were dead. Car accident, I believe. And he's just been super depressed, drinking, fighting, just getting into all kinds of trouble. And she's just doing her best to try to look out for him, make sure he's okay. Um, but anyway, they're at the school learning how to, type, um, writing out letters. They'd get a partner. They would tell them something they want written down for somebody they know, and they type it out. Um, Violet, when she did it, it did not go very well. She basically wrote everything down like it was a report, like a military report. Um, Not exactly what they're looking for in this career field. um, the teacher had her read it in front of everybody. I mean, she didn't care, so she read it. And the teacher tells her, this is not a letter. This is a report. This is not going to work if you are going to be writing things like this. You're supposed to kind of like, as they said it before, read between the lines of what people are trying, like on the meaning of what people are trying to say, and write out a good letter. Then when it was her turn to say what she wanted to her friend, she was basically telling her a report. Nothing to report, blah, 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 stuff like that. When's the major gonna write me? Has he written yet? That was the only part that really had any kind of emotion to what she was saying. The rest of it was more nothing new. So when it came time to graduation, Violet was the only one who did not get her brooch. That's the sign that you graduated from this course. You get a brooch. Violet, I think she wasn't the only one. I think there was like 3 others, but she was one of the few that didn't get it. Mainly because of her letter skills. She has no idea how to write a letter. So she goes back to to her job and tells them, I didn't pass, I didn't get the brooch. And the guy's like, well, okay, that's fine. I guess we'll just give you like on the job training or something. Not that went over well last time. So she ends up going back to the school. I don't know why, probably just to look around, probably clear her head a bit. And her friend is there and basically tells her, sit down. I'm going to write you a letter. We'll make it out to the major because you obviously have something you want to say to him. And tells her, I'm not going to leave until we get the letter finished. So, you take your time on thinking about what you want to say. But let's write this letter. Which they didn't write at all. She had no idea what to say. But she did write a letter. Violet did write a letter for her. A very short letter that got her point across. Her friend was basically telling Violet about her brother and everything that's happened to him and them and their situation now, and how she just basically wants to tell him that she's happy that he's alive and, just wants him to, take care of himself, basically. Violet just wrote out on the letter that she was happy that he was alive. And when she gave the letter to him, it was enough. He had just got beat up. He was drunk and started a fight. But, yeah, he had just got beat up. So she found him, gave him the letter, he read it, started crying because he basically needed somebody to say something good. Again, with everything that's happened to him and his family, it's probably all just built up rage and depression. So he just needed somebody to let him know that they cared. And there's a lot more coming from his sister. So it looked, at least by the end of it, it looked like he was going to get his life together. He was hopefully going to stop drinking as much. Nobody says you can't drink, just don't overdo it. Basically know your limits. And then she got her brooch. Violet got her brooch. Her friend went to the teacher, told her about the letter that she wrote to her brother, and passed her. Which, if you ask me, was a little early. She got one letter right. I don't think that's good enough. Not after probably the countless letters that they've done in that class that she didn't get right. But I guess because of the situation and how severe the situation was, basically, made it mean a lot more than just writing out a letter in the class to a student, a classmate, basically. I'm assuming that's the reason why she gave her the brooch, because it was an actual letter that helped somebody. Now we just got to see if she can keep that up and actually continue this trend. She might just specialize in short letters. Nothing too long, just straight to the point. If she does stuff like that until she gets a little better at people's meaning behind the words they're saying, then I think she'll be okay. So yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen in this episode. We're just going to have to see. So the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, one.